For the next part of this project, we're going to animate our pictures a little bit. By selecting one of the pictures, I can go to the Effect controls where the position and scale are located. Since these numbers are in gold, they actually have a little stopwatch next to them, which allows us to keyframe these numbers. That means we can tell it to be one thing at one point in time and go to another point in time and be somewhere else. Let me demonstrate. I'm going to go to the very beginning of my picture and keyframe the position and scale. Then I'm going to go to the 4-second mark. You can see 4 seconds here. You can move it. You can be approximate. I'm going to say at 4 seconds into the picture, I want it to be larger. I also want to center in on the words Bluebell ice cream. When I go back to the beginning, when I scrub back to the beginning of this picture and press play, you'll see it zoom in to the position I told it to. Now you'll notice it kind of reaches its end somewhat suddenly. So one of the things I really like to do is to draw a box around both of the keyframes, right click, and say temporal interpolation, ease in. And that's going to change things a little bit so that when it gets to the end point, it eases in. Let's do the second one. I'm going to go to the beginning, keyframe my position and scale, go to about the 4-second point, and then zoom in on one of these strawberries. I'm going to adjust things so that we see just that one good-looking strawberry. Highlight them, right-click, and ease in. If I want the animation to start out nice and smooth, I can also highlight the first two, right-click, and ease out. Let's watch that again. Nice, smooth animation. Let's do that with some more of these pictures. Beginning, keyframe, go towards the end, and then zoom in. Maybe I don't want to change the position, but it still helps to just keyframe both of those in case you do decide to. Now, in this case, let's say I wanted to start out zoomed in and then zoom out. So I'm going to move that keyframe over, take these two keyframes, and put them as my ending point. Then I can move this back to the beginning. Let's watch that. So it's good to get a little bit of variety going there. Let me ease out and then ease in. Let's watch that again. It's a little choppy. Let me watch that again. So you're going to do that for each of your images. Go to the start, keyframe, go towards the end, and pick a new position and scale. Don't want to see any black bars. If you want it to be smooth, do your ease in on the ending ones and the ease out on the beginning. Beginning, keyframe, go towards the end. If you go all the way to the end, it actually goes off to the next frame. It's possible to go right to the very end by stepping back one frame, and then we're back on the very last frame of the picture. So if that's your last one and you wanted it to just keep on zooming in and zooming in, just remember, do not zoom in past 100. It will zoom all the way to the very end. So we've made a much more dynamic slideshow out of these first 5 pictures. I want you to do that for all of them, each of the pictures in the different categories. So a good example on video games would be the Dungeon Defenders wallpaper. For this one, I go to the beginning. I'm going to keyframe both position and scale, go towards the end, and in this case, I simply want it to scroll over to the left. We don't need to change the scale on every single picture, but you do need to have some sort of animation on all of them. Now, should you choose to do some zooming as well, you should know that you can navigate and jump between keyframes with these two little arrows. You can also force a keyframe and take it away. Let me move that back over, and I'm going to do a little bit of zooming in on our characters here. Let me watch that one more time. Get it to the way you want it. I really like to have that smoothness, so I'm going to ease into the last ones and ease out of the first ones. So just don't go over 100% and keep the black bars out of your video.